Yeah, so here I am sitting on a beach. And they keep asking me with the picture framing that the frames are not joining up. So my picture framing experience from Western Australia and that's not that good. However, that there is ways that these I've put the videos on the previous video in the links how to use the equipment. However, the main reason why picture frames don't join up because the frame is warped and shit, right? That this is timber that has to be light, soft, otherwise that's too hard to cut, too heavy, rah rah rah. Then the storage and transport of these timbers, and that they need to be wrapped together and transported flat, lay flat. They couldn't stand up or anything. They bends a little bit. Soon as you got a little bit of a warp, bend, twist, when you cut it on the guillotine, they normally short pieces this way. That on the guillotine they don't cut properly. With the guillotine, the blades that they need to be adjusted so you cut perfect straight piece of timber, then you put it on a V-nailer, and then it joins up good. So what I want to do is I want to do a toast to the good life. I still 1 phone short, man. I need another good one so I can talk on it, because otherwise I have to talk with this. So I want to do a toast. I'm going to put some of this in the goon. There is more in there, but I'm going to drink some out. So I'm doing a toast on the beach. So these fellas here, the guillotine only measures one side. So you put the frame on there, cut the first bit off, has to take the arm off, like not the arm, just the guide. Put the frame on there, cut the first end, then slide it over, just cut one side, man. No cut two sides, there's too much room in that. So if the frame don't join up, then has to figure out which side is not right, chuck that piece and a new one. From what the Chinese are telling me, he wants to use up 4 pieces of molding for every picture. Normally you cut one short, one long, one short, one long, so you got two pieces you do it from. Unless one piece was a small one. So what you need to do is, there needs to be stored that flat, man, soonest little bit. So realistically, you meant to use 4 pieces and cut. If it don't join up, that means there's a twist. You can see when you put it down on the guillotine that this is completely flat, straight, everything. If it don't sit smooth, some of them can be pushed and blade pushes it down and that. Then if it doesn't sit in the V-nailer, that can be done. They put like a little bit of a mount card or something underneath it. It'll close the gap, then you end up with a little bit of a gap in here. So if you close it, but then you got a gap there. So basically with guillotine, that has to cut the good bits out of the molding that is flat, that flat. Otherwise pictures don't join up. And then V-nails, if you got the V-nailer, puts the V-nails. So if it's a thicker molding, then double them up. If you got a pneumatic one, boom, boom, 2. So it goes higher up, glue, and then get a texture and similar color on the edge. So you've cut the molding here, so the visible edge, make it the same color. So when it join up, the joint is the same color. And the putty that takes long time to dry out than that. However, I just want to send perfect joints. So that means if this molding don't cut out, if you couldn't join it, order more, and then I'll refund the beads that didn't join up. That hasn't been stored. I hasn't got enough orders or anything for molding or picture frames or anything. So basically, if it's not joining up, then has to cut a new piece. Basically, that the molding is no good. That this is very sensitive, this picture framing, perfect joints, like we're talking hair size margins. Then, so basically glue, PVA glue, put it on there together, wipe it with the wet cloth clean, and then V-nails, if it's thicker than the V-nail, then double up where you can and that. So that just go, then they'll go one on top of each other, that goes deeper in. That works with the pneumatic and the pneumatic. The harder frames sometimes doesn't do it. They go next to each other, but if you try it elsewhere, sometimes it slips, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time you get it in, sometimes it slips. So basically the molding is basically that this really need to buy 4 pieces. If you just buy 2 pieces, don't join up, then you need 2 more pieces or whatever. That has to be delivered flat. It's all because of the molding. The timber's not right, man. That's timber. We get plastic frames, man. Not have enough plastic at the moment. That has to be stored that flat. There couldn't be anything, that moisture, everything. That this molding that's sat there for too long, and that they just cut out bits that you need. And then I'm willing to send 4 pieces for the prices of 2 to get the molding moving. This is all old stock and everything everywhere. Then there has to cut out the bits that are good. And in China, if we want to do bulk factory picture framing, they cut this piece, they don't join, then move it and make a smaller piece out of it, see if it join up. Otherwise, just keep chucking them, and the molding, that's easy. That's no business there, man. That the picture frames doesn't exist. I need this factory going, so that needs to buy 4 pieces for every frame, man. Then cut the, yeah, that if it doesn't join up, then order 2 new pieces. I'll refund the pieces that didn't join up. And that's it. That's all I can do here. That this is a timber, man, that's been stored for too long. That needs to be like a fast moving these timbers. That couldn't have just be old frames and shit, because the wind, the moisture and the way it was stored up, that doesn't store up good, man. They gotta be that flat, that straight on the shelves, man. Not